You get me. What's up, everybody? It's your boy Lario. Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be showing you how to make your drums sound bigger and then hit harder in FL Studio using real live drum samples and fills from Rack Stevenson. These are super high quality samples that he recorded from scratch with his own microphones, so they're super high quality and very precise samples. You can get 50% off of that pack by hitting the link down in my description or by using the code YOUGETME at checkout. So yeah, with that being said, let's hop right into this. I already started out with some melodies here from the Rack Stevens pack as well. He has a bunch of Rhodes samples, really high quality stuff, so we can check it out right here. I have no drums in this right now. We're just going to be building up some of the drums from scratch. I'm going to show you guys that process, how to layer in some of these real style drum fills. Let's just check these melodies out real quick. Yeah, dope stuff. So I just really timed and pitched those Rhodes loops in there. I added a bass line and this crazy like vocal sample in there as well. So I pulled in this drum loop right here. Let's check it out. This is from the Rack Stevens pack. I also have this drum loop here as well. These are all live recorded, by the way. In the folders, they're all stemmed out. You can get different microphones, different volumes, different takes. It's pretty fire. It's crazy. All right, yeah, so as you can see in this high standards folder, you have individual microphones, which is wild. You have mastered loops right here, which is what I took. I'm just taking these mastered loops, and I'm just going to chop them up into parts that I like that I want to layer in there. But let's listen to this drum loop I have. This one's called The Best Drum. All right, dope. So I know that I'm gonna want that fill. First, before I get into that, I'm gonna basically I'm gonna loop a part of this drum loop as well. I'm just gonna, take the razor tool, just chop that up, and then I'm just gonna listen to it until where it's about to loop again, and then I'm gonna cut it there. So that's the next kick right there. And then I'm gonna make this loop unique as sample, save. Now we have this as its own sample. We're gonna drop it into the mixer right here. Let's normalize it, make it a little bit louder. I mean, this is gonna be like the main drum loop that you're gonna get with that vibe, but I think what I'm gonna do is maybe trim some high end and some low end off. So let's just go ahead and, let's give it a little bit of a preview with the melodies. I just want to add some more punch, some more grit to it. So I have another kick drum that I pulled in that I want to layer with that. So, and I also have a clap that I want to layer on top of that snare. So let's listen to that. Drum loop, I'm going to add an EQ, and I'm going to roll off some of the highs and some of the lows. That way we don't get any clashing with that kick that we added. What I think I'm going to do also is add a compressor. Let's add the SSL compressor stereo, and we're going to compress that a little bit. All right, cool. We got a nice little loop. Let's level that out a little bit. I like that a lot. Gives it a nice natural vibe. Now I'm gonna wanna layer in some fills. Let's go to that original drum sample that we chopped from. So the downbeat is gonna be right here, I believe. And we can chop that out and we can bring it down. So we can trim that off right there at the end, because that's the downbeat that we don't need. So I just wanna see if I wanna do a complete blend on these two together, or if I wanna drop out that original sample when this fill starts to come in. So I'm just gonna be trimming it up until where it starts to look different. You can see that the fill starts right about here. And what we could do is add generic bleeding so we get smoother crossfades. Perfect. And then I'm gonna add that, you know, every 4 to 8 bars for now. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna look for a drum fill to put here, and then every 8 bars, I'm gonna drop that drum fill that we just added. So yeah, let's take those out. Let's look for another drum fill, maybe in this first loop that we showed. All right, so that's the downbeat. Keep in mind that this is at a different tempo, so we're gonna have to do some time stretching here. So I'm gonna wanna stretch this little kick. This is like the downbeat of the new bar, so I'm gonna stretch it so it matches the original one. That's fire. Yeah, you can kind of play around with those two drum fills. We can go back and forth, and we can just kind of trim this away whenever that fill comes in. All right, I love it. I just want to do one more thing before we end this video. I want to add a thicker, real sounding snare to this. So I'm gonna scrub through these two drum samples that we have again, and I'm gonna look for a snare that's like sort of by itself. I kind of like this one. Let's pull this one out. Yeah, that one sounds pretty cool. Let's make unique as sample. You know, we're stealing that sample from that drum loop to just thicken up the snare. All right, now that we have that sample, I am gonna, let's just turn on the drums, and I'm gonna layer it in every time the snare hits. So yeah, that's gonna wrap it up for this one. I'm gonna play the entire beat with all the samples. Yeah, so hit that link down in the description below to get it 50% off and use code YEGETME to get the High Standards Volume 1 Drum Samples Pack by Rack Stevens. Let's listen to the whole beat.